I was watching a conversation between Stephen Bartlett, who runs the Diary of a CEO podcast, and someone else he was talking to the other day. And he said this great line that I've been thinking about loads over the last week or so, and I'm starting to apply to my life, and just thought it would be interesting to share. So he basically said, in any pursuit that you plan to be successful at, you're probably going to have to prioritize consistency over intensity. If you're trying to be successful at something, prioritize consistency over intensity. I just thought that was a really interesting idea, because so much of the time we think about having to do really big stuff in order to move closer to our goals or become more like the kind of person we want to be. But actually, so much of the time, the important thing is the direction that we're aiming, the trajectory that we're on, rather than how quickly we're moving in that direction or how big the steps are that we're taking. This genuinely seems to apply all across the board, whether it's wanting to get in better physical condition and you decide to start going to the gym. The important thing is just to be going regularly. It doesn't really matter that much how you do each individual time you go. The important thing is just be going regularly and start forming that habit, like we were talking about in the New Year's goals video. Start forming a habit, start forming a direction and trajectory of who you want to be. It doesn't matter so much how quickly and intensely you move in that direction. Same thing with if you're trying to learn a new skill. Just practicing it a little bit every day or every couple of days is so much more important than how much time you actually spend in a given practice session. It's about being consistent, because so much of stuff in life that we can get good at, so much of the stuff that's worthwhile, is a long journey. It's a long game. And so doing a really intense 5-hour session on something as a one-off is usually completely useless. The important thing is little and often, little and often, little and often. And the hard thing is when we get distracted and start veering off the path and going somewhere else. So consistency over intensity, and that will allow us bit by bit, step by step, to get closer to being the person we want to be, not just for our sake, but for those around us as well.